I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna...
Hi guys, it's Jen here from Gold Power Training. It's our last session today with Joe versus Kilimanjaro. This is our 24th week together. Joe heads off tomorrow. I'm going to ask her some questions today that might inspire someone out there who's watching this to maybe think about doing something, you know, that they've never done before. So I'm just going to spin the camera around. So Joe, here we are at our last session. We've just done a little bit of training. I've just stopped to give you a breather, but I'm going to ask you why Kilimanjaro? Let's go back to the beginning. Why Kilimanjaro?
Okay. I guess I watched a friend of mine, well, who wasn't actually a friend, a friend that has become a friend. Edit that, whatever. I don't know how to explain it.
No editing.
A girlfriend of mine had swum across the Albany Channel as a fundraiser, and I really admired what she had done, and didn't actually know her prior to her doing it, but got to know her afterwards. And when she started talking about doing something else, and she mentioned climbing Kilimanjaro, I thought, wow, that's amazing. And because I admired her so much and in what she'd already done and achieved, I thought, well, why not join her and see if I can be as awesome as she is. So
yeah,
that's pretty much why.
Good stuff. All right, we're going to go and do some more. We'll be back in a sec.
Good night. I'm feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. I'm feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
So Joe, we've just finished our session here, our final session, our 24th session together here at Koala Park, which is where we started. Massive improvements is all I can say. You know, your recovery rate the improvements are amazing. And what's more, perhaps the biggest difference is your mind muscle and the power of I can that you are using to its fullest advantage. So what I want to ask you now is, along the way, so it has been 24 weeks, and at the start enthusiasm's high, you know, it's exciting when you have a new goal, especially something like climbing Kilimanjaro. How did that enthusiasm, did that enthusiasm stay with you all the way, or did you have times where you struggled with that? Tell us about that.
Look, I've probably struggled most of the time, but the one constant that I've had is these training sessions. So, you know, that's kept me fairly accountable, I guess, in knowing that I've got to actually meet the expectation of the training. So, yeah.
At any time did you sort of decide that, you know, at any time did you go, what am I doing? This is just too hard?
Frequently. All the time. I think that's part of it. You know, you look for reasons why I can't do this.
Yep.
Why it's too hard, because I'm getting old, because I'm not fit enough, because I'm whatever. I could think of 1,000 different reasons why.
Yep.
Why it was too hard along the way.
How did you overcome that? So what did you do to get past that when that voice was trying to drag you down? What did you do to bring yourself back up?
Do you know, as strange as it might sound, but we booked our tickets, you know. We booked an airline, we booked a flight, so therefore the trip was going to happen.
Yeah. We
booked our trip to Kilimanjaro, therefore it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So it was just keeping the focus on, well, you know, this is actually going to happen whether I'm fit or not, and I best come at it as in the best shape that I can, I guess. Yeah.
So set the goal and then just keep taking steps towards it.
Just keep working at it, yeah. And I can't say that I've done as much as I could have. I obviously could have done a whole lot more, but but I have kept going at it slowly but surely.
Yeah, awesome. So you leave tomorrow, which for me is just we've had a few hugs and stuff today because it's just we can't believe that the 24 weeks has just gone like it has.
Yeah.
So you leave tomorrow. What are you thinking about now? You know, what are your thoughts in terms of are you going to make it? What if you don't? Where's your head at with all that?
I'm fairly happy with allowing myself to enjoy the journey. I think sounds a bit cliche, but I keep thinking that I'll take it in as I need to. I'm going to enjoy the view, and I'm going to enjoy the experience of sharing this time with my friends, and my mind is going to allow me to take it as far as I can possibly go, and and I'll be kind to myself along the way. I think that's all I can say. Is I've bought all the gear, so I intend to be at the top. I intend to be wearing all my gear at the top of that mountain, and therefore I will as if I'm humanly possible.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. And anyone thinking about what would you say, given that you've just done this, you've come through 24 weeks of preparing for, it doesn't get bigger than, I think I'm going to climb Kilimanjaro. I mean, that's a pretty big goal. What would you say to anyone who was, even thinking that their life is boring or that, they couldn't do it or, it's all right for Joe? Because tell us about, what you do in your day to day because, I'd like, just let people know, what you do day to day.
What I do as in work?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we run a beautiful little cottage resort in Montville. We have a very peaceful life. We get to meet some really lovely people and basically deal with romantic couples. So our life is fairly sedentary and fairly...
How much spare time do you have though, Joe, is what I'm getting at.
We don't have a lot of spare time, and in fact our work is 24 hours, 7 days a week primarily. So in terms of life, I guess, I could have made this a lot more complicated, but it's just making time to do things inside and outside of the routine.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So do you think anybody could achieve a big goal like this? Do you think it's possible for anyone?
Well, I think I'm living proof of it. Look, I've still got to get to the top yet, but I think it's like any, it's taken me 48 years to get to where I'm at now, and I'm pretty excited by setting myself a challenge that in a million years I would never have ever seen myself set myself the goal, let alone be here 24 weeks later and be climbing that mountain in less than 2 weeks now. So if I can do it, why not? That's why not?
Yeah. So a couple of tips for someone contemplating doing something, ticking something massive off their bucket list. Couple of tips. What would you say to them?
Just set yourself the goal, set the target, and just work at it. And I guess it's the old elephant story, one bite at a time. Just chip away, and it comes around so quickly. And that's what's really blown my mind. It was last October when we first talked about doing this climb, and when you set something so far away, it's so far in the distance it seems like it'll never happen. So therefore, it's easy to say I'm going to. But you keep on working at it, keep on making the dates with yourself, and it comes around very quickly. So
cool. One final question. Obviously, doing something like this in your life, just the benefits itself of the sense of achievement itself is massive. Have there been any other benefits in your life along the way through doing this goal that you would share with us?
I think for me, I realised that I need to live an active life. It's too easy to sit back and watch the world go past you and not be a participant in life. And I think I was saying to you earlier, I was diagnosed with depression prior to starting all of this, and was for a brief stint on antidepressants, and I've thrown the tablets away, and you know, my psychologist the other day dismissed me and said I have no absolute no signs of depression or anything else, and the real key for me is just living life and getting out there and doing things. And while I haven't been as hard at it as I possibly could be, I've also had to take care of myself along the way, and that means balancing work and, you know, some of the work pressures. And we've done amazing things this year, and I'm really proud of the things that we've done in terms of our work, and you know, yeah, I could be fitter, but I'm a whole lot better off than I was 6 months ago. I feel great.
Awesome stuff. All right, we are going to do a follow-up to this interview when Joe returns from Kilimanjaro, so stand by for that. And Joe, look, from everyone at Gold Power Training, the whole Gold Power family is behind you, so if any point you need a little ounce of something, just think of all of us, because we're going to be sending you bucket loads of energy to get you up that mountain.
Cool.
See you soon.
Thanks.
Good night. I feel it. That tonight's gonna